Dr. Stephanie Leonard and her brilliant presentation of the TMAS project, because it's in full contrast with what I'm going to present to you. The Smart Walking and Cycling Group is the youngest group of new mobility services. It's the 7th one, and it has been created because we thought that there is a momentum all over Europe about developing new services for the mobility of pedestrians, of two-wheelers. We see the rise of micromobility with scooters everywhere in cities, so new questions and challenges are now to be tackled, and this is the goal of this working group. So, my name is Eléonore Venin. I work with Charvet Digital Media, which is an innovative French company based in Lyon, specialized in the development of digital signage system for pedestrians and two-wheelers. And we are working with the University of Breda on this working group, and the University of Breda is particularly focused on the behavior of the citizens, the youngest, from the youngest to the eldest citizen, to understand what are the patterns, what are the incentives for them to walk or cycle. So, walking and cycling, obviously, that's a smart choice. But do we have the most efficient and the most secure, safe services implemented in Europe? That's the question. Of course, that's something we must implement all over Europe for our health, for the best of our environment, to have people more together, to break the individual barrier. So, our objective, the objective of this work group, is to launch collaborative projects. We know and we see initiatives blooming all over Europe, and they are very great. But are they replicable everywhere in Europe? That's a question we would like to raise. So we have defined three topics that will evolve over time. So the first topic is what are the best incentives, the most efficient incentive to have people make the decision to walk or cycle. The second topic is, okay, when these people have decided to walk or cycle, how do we guide them? How do we provide them an appropriate communication? Well, these days in Lyon, where I live, there is an experimentation, and they have decided to test the city center without car. This is totally new in Lyon, and we see that it's at the crossroads of a lot of actions. Theo was talking about smart parking solutions, and we see in Lyon that this is key for this experimentation. But on the other hand, we are not sure that we have the best communication to provide to the pedestrians. Where do we go? We are all together in the middle of the street, there are scooters everywhere. Where do we go? Where is the most appropriate communication for me to be guided throughout the city? And this leads me to the third topic. In some places in Europe, it works very well. So how do we make this great experimentation a success, replicable in another city? So in the roundtable, in the discussion in a few minutes, this is a question I would like to address with you. So how do you think we could replicate best practices for smart walking and cycling solutions in cities? From a more practical standpoint, our work group is today at preparation stage. We are gathering the best ideas, the best technologies, and the best concepts. We would like to group partners and different stakeholders. And once we have the consortium, we will take action and apply to European funding. This European funding will enable us to launch experimentations and reach the intended outcomes. Thank you very much, and I hope to discuss with you further.